Right now in Central Texas, there are 591 people in the hospital with COVID-19. Many of them are in our hospital's ICUs, which right now only has six beds available. Those are the numbers that are so concerning, and they're concerning many local leaders, including Austin Mayor Steve Adler. He's joining us now this morning to talk about this most recent surge and other things happening in our community. Good morning to you, Mayor.
Good morning, Yvonne.
Well, a New York Times article came out over the weekend talking about Austin's hospitals being strained due to the COVID surge. And you were quoted as saying, ultimately, we are going to have to do what's necessary to fight for the safety of our community. What exactly did you mean by that?
Well, Yvonne, thanks for inviting me on. And just real fast, community's thoughts and prayers today with Officer Traylor. His family fell in the line of duty. I'll be joining folks in the community watching the procession this morning. But yes, the virus, we're in a pretty dire situation right now. Too many people in ICUs, hospitals, almost all of them unvaccinated. This is an epidemic of the unvaccinated. Studies show masking works in our community. People need to be wearing masks both indoors and outdoors. ICUs filling up. I would just tell people the choices that you make just don't impact you, they impact the entire community. And I wish our governor was following the doctors and the data and supporting local communities and deciding what's best for them given whatever situation they're facing.
Now, you said a COVID vaccine is free, a hospital stay is not. What else do you think needs to happen? What do you feel needs to happen? Actual change, what needs to happen for people to change their mind about vaccinations?
You know, I wish I knew a better answer to that, because there are people in the community that are deciding not to get it at this point, and I wish they would seek out information and data from trusted people. Talk to your doctors, talk to your clergy. Please don't get your information just off the internet without knowing its source. Talk to trusted people. This vaccine's gone to billions of people in the world, and it has been shown to be exceedingly safe. But yet we're watching the repercussions of not taking the vaccine up front and close in our community, in our ICUs. The people that are dying in our community are people that chose not to get vaccinated.
Now, school is just around the corner for the larger Central Texas school districts. And, you know, there's a state mandate that stops public districts from requiring masks and vaccines. As a parent to two young boys who are not eligible to be vaccinated, I am so worried. What would you like to say to all the concerned parents out there? Because it really isn't fair. We should have a right, our kids should have a right to free and healthy and safe public education. I mean, it's not right.
If I was a parent right now, Yvonne, I would be wanting to follow the advice of the CDC and the American Academy of Pediatrics. And they're saying that people should be wearing, students and teachers, should be wearing masks in schools. And I wouldn't want my children to be in a school where everybody was not wearing a mask. And if I was a parent, I'd be insisting on that now.
And let's talk about the budget. Switching gears now, council's just a few days away from adopting next year's budget. What has changed from the city manager's initial proposal?
Well, as it turns out, when they got the final property values, we can fund some really important programs and still ensure that there's no increase in the actual taxes that be paid by the typical homeowner. That's only this. We're going to be able to do that this year. It's only the second time it's happened in recent memory, and I'm excited that we're going to be able to accomplish both of those things.
And while that initial proposal also included more funding for the Austin Police Department, ultimately, Austin's voters could decide to make their own changes to the department through Save Austin Now's certified petition. It aims to boost police staffing, set up training for officers, among other things. So you're against this measure. Can you explain to us why?
Well, because our police chief is against it. He has said the main issue in this petition is adopting a permanent staffing plan for police that our police chief does not support. It's really out of date if it was ever appropriate. It would require a budget increase of $150 to $300 million over a 5-year period of time. And with a 3.5% cap on our budgets now, this part of our budget would grow faster than the overall budget. budget. There's no way to accomplish it without either raising taxes or cutting programs like fire, EMS, or libraries or parks. It's just a standard that I'm not sure there's anybody that supports it other than the police union and the folks that tried to gather the signatures for the petition.
And staying with that subject, last week we spoke with Save Austin Now's co-founder Matt Mackowiak about this petition, the reason behind it. And Mr. Mackowiak said Austin has never been less safe as it is today, and that he mentioned you particularly. So if you could take a listen to this, and then I'd like to get your comment afterwards. But let's take a listen.
Keep in mind, our mayor has said he believes he wants to get to a day where we have no police at all. He said that publicly. That is a ridiculous statement. We have to ensure we have adequate police staffing and adequate training for our police department to ensure that our communities are safe.
How do you respond to that?
Well, like so much of the stuff I think that this chair of the Republican Party is saying now, that's absolutely not true. I've never said that. Police play a really important function in our city, and we need to support our police, and I do. That's not what this petition is about. This petition is about a staffing level for police that goes beyond anything that almost everybody thinks is in any way reasonable. It's really important in our community, which is one of the safest big cities in the country. I know this looking at the data. Cities across the country are trying to reach the kind of numbers that we have in Austin. Crime is going up in Austin. It's going up in cities across the country, and our policies are not responsible for the increases across the country. And we think there's something that's related to the pandemic, but we have work to do there. But it is not a question of having a permanent staffing level that would break our budget.